All right, guys. So I decided to do another vlog because the last one about how to make money as a blogger in Ghana sort of had a lot of interesting feedback, and so I decided to share a little bit more in this vlog. So over the years, I remember I talked about my work at Ghana Web in the last episode, but after leaving Ghana Web, some years later, I also joined a few multinationals, and I joined Ringier to launch Pulse Ghana, and then after some 6 months of doing that, I also left to join Genesis Technology to launch and manage yen.com.gh, and I'm very happy that all of these brands have grown to become very huge and stakeholders in the online media space. But today, what I want to talk about is a new baby that I created, which is called Ameyaw TV. And Ameyaw TV also came out from, of course, like I said, my working with these multinationals. So when I joined Bringier and then we set up Pulse, I realized that video was a big thing for them. Not immediately, but then they had plans to do a lot of things around it because being based in Europe, they sort of knew the landscape better and they projected to know that the future of online content would largely include video content as well. So when I joined them, they still had all sports, and so most of their video productions were for all sports. And then when we started Pulse, it was more general and encompassing of lifestyle, entertainment, sports itself, politics, etc. Video was still part of that strategy, and they had a studio and to put out most of this content. And before I left, one of the big things that we created was Think You're Smart, and basically going around town asking people smart questions and not getting so smart responses. And of course, that became a hit format, and we've seen it being replicated in different formats over the years. So eventually, I left Pulse, and then I went to set up yen.com as well. And also, before I left Yen, I realized that video was also part of that strategy. And like I said, these people are all from Europe, and so they studied the landscape over there, and they understood where the growth was going to happen, and so it involved, of course, video. So when I left all of this and came back to working for myself fully again, I decided to say it was time for me to also launch my video content. And so something came to mind like Ameyaw TV. Let's call it Ameyaw TV. And of course, as somebody who is always involving my following, my community, I put it out there across social media, the idea I had, and everybody was like, that's good. So the first thing we did was to call for auditions. I remember I made a post that if you think you can host TV content, post a video, hashtag it with Ameyaw TV host, and then we will shortlist them. And then we had a lot of entries from everywhere. We had a lot of entries, and then I had to sift it through and then select 12 out of the many for our final audition. So I did that, and then the 12 people came. We had auditions. We shot the auditions. We put it online again for people to vote because it's important for me that the people who would see these presenters agree to a large extent who they wanted to be in their face. And so we went through the process, and the idea was to choose just two, really. But I saw all of them had different strengths that I liked and different personalities that I thought could be used for different things. And so I decided to now start work with 6 people. So we started work with 6 people. I bought equipment. I created some small studio where we would produce our shows. I created new formats that we wanted to do, and we started producing our Ameyaw TV content. And gradually, people were buying into it. They were liking our formats. We were growing on social media, and I kept making more investment. In fact, too much investment. But we'll come back to that, which is the main reason why I'm doing this video. But like I said, we kept growing. We tried new contacts. Some worked, some didn't work. You know, sometimes as a creative person, you sit down and you think you have the best idea, and then you put it out there and it doesn't resonate well with people the way you hope it would. I mean, we've been facing it. There are sometimes we kill ourselves to do some stories on our website, and we're thinking, hey, this story is what is going to lead the day or the week, and then it doesn't so happen. So you cannot really predict your audience fully. And but yeah, so we went through a lot. Our formats have changed. I mean, we have different shows, and we've had a reality show, Cooking for Love, which I'm still very proud and happy about. We had Pop. Pop talks to people who are doing amazing businesses here in Ghana, Ghanaian businesses, from startups to whatever you may think of, just to share the Ghanaian story about people doing amazing things. We shot 2 episodes of that, and one actually almost landed somebody a big gig in Dubai. And so I'm tempted to bring all these formats back. And we also had Who Says, which I thought was a nice format, fun format for presenting news, but from a question and quiz sort of angle. We did a lot. We even had a news spoof or parody show called Not the 7 o'clock News. Also did quite well. We had good response and all of that, and all of that. But I've realized that, especially one of the things I wanted to do, of course, for social media, we had it nailed, and to get views and over there, it's easy to do. But the challenge is when you make investments into a project, you want it to make money, you want it to make sense. And immediately for me, the place I could make money is on YouTube. And of course, I saw my friends like Zion Felix, I saw Kofi TV, others producing their own content and getting good traction over there. And so I thought my brand of content could also sit very well on this platform and gain similar attention and growth. But it hasn't been the case, and I realized it's also the nature of the type of content we do. I think people have even complained that we are too stoosh. That's what people say. And if you look at the content that do very well on social media, it's very local. It's not just the fact that it's in Chi, but the presentation and everything. And we sort of sometimes try too much to create content that will be sort of broad and international, and people will consume and know more about Ghana, even if they are not Ghanaian. And we've had successes in that, but we haven't been able to connect hugely with the masses. And so every now and then I sort of wonder, am I doing the right thing? Should I still go ahead believing in the product I have and the content I want to put out there? Or should I let my guards down and play the roads and do what everybody else is doing so that I don't get missing? And I've been sharing some of these things, and people give me feedback like, oh, keep doing what you're doing. It takes time for quality content to grow. And so I'm guided by that. But then also it's an investment. I need to make money. So should I just stick to the original format and strategy, or just do what majority of people are doing but still in our own style? And so I've realized that, and we are going to change our content a little bit during Corona and post-Corona. But I mean, we keep trying. We realized that anytime we talk about controversial people or people who are in the news, everybody is talking about, we get the traction. And although we've wanted to stay away from all of that in the past, it means we may relook or rethink that, and we will. I've also noticed that a lot of some people say that YouTube is very big now, especially within the Kumasi community or Ashanti community, and it is quite true. But you realize that a lot of the videos or the channels that do very well have some link to Ashanti region or Kumasi, and also, even if it's not directly, but it's just a cultural thing. For instance, a lot of the people Ghanaians abroad, you would think would go in for English content or things that are structured to meet what a little bit closer to what they are known to in the various countries abroad. They rather don't want it. They want the basic local thing, because I think people say that it's a way to connect. They are away, they are working hard, they are doing all of that. They don't want to see what they see on their TV. They want to connect with what is going on back home. And so the more rudimentary you do that, the easier it is to get them. And yes, data is expensive, and so a lot of people in Ghana may not spend so much time on YouTube, and when they do, it must be what they want. And so all of these things are informing our decision to change things around. Basically, this blog was to let you know the dilemma, the stress I go through. Sometimes I feel Ameyaw TV is a failure, it's not getting the results I want. And to be honest, in all of this, one thing that we still stand out in our productions, because our direction is quite different from what other people do. And one key area that we've distinguished ourselves in the way we cover our events, we stand out, and a lot of people have seen that. And so we were doing quite well when it came to event coverage and lifestyle content, because we are about the only people who have that kind of focus. And unfortunately, just when we were hitting our peak, that's when Corona came, and it derailed a lot of those gains, because we're not having a lot of events back to back. And so we didn't continue that growth like we would have assumed. But that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. If you have ideas you want to share with us, please let us know. I mean, at the end of the day, we do for you. So whatever content we put out there is for you. So if you make inputs, we take it, the ones that we think would help us. And then if not, we still welcome your comments as well. So anyway, we reached 20K subscribers. I want to say a big thank you for everybody who is subscribed. Make sure you engage with our content, comment, share, get more people to subscribe, and let us grow this beautiful project that I have. Even if you hate me and you think I'm going to make money, so you will not follow me and I make some of the YouTube money, think about the people that I am working with. At least I've given employment to some people, and they need to be paid. So don't do against Ameyaw's progress and say Ameyaw is doing well, so we're not going to support. Think about them. Zina, tell them.
Think about us. So.
Yeah, so come support, and let's grow together. We have amazing things in store. After Corona, we're going to shake things up, man. We're going to rule the world. So thanks for tuning in. Remember to follow us on social media, and check out ameyaw.com for all your entertainment and lifestyle juice. Cheers. Bye-bye.